SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Welcome in, guys and girls. Thank you for spending some time with us right here at SoundOff. Gidry, Hobbs, and Saro. We guarantee, we promise that we're going to slice and dice. We're going to bicker and argue and debate about things.
But we're going to tell the truth, though.
We always tell the truth. At least I do, anyway. All right. Welcome in. All right. On the radar tonight for the show, Bill Armstrong, why he's a good, strong hire for the McNeese Cowboys. I'm going to rant and rave about the Will Wade thing from LSU,
why,
the FBI wiretap. Get ready for that.
It's going to work out, Rick.
I'm going to throw in the ball guy from ESPN, Paul Feinbaum. I got it up to here with Paul Feinbaum. All right, we got that. Kim Mulkey.
I like Paul.
Kim Mulkey, all right. Stubbed the toe in the Elite Eight, not in the Final Four. We'll talk about why that happened. Later on in the show, Ayla Guzzardo, the new Cowgirls basketball coach, will continue our discussion.
If it's anything like Tuesday's show,
fun.
Tune in.
She's a lot of fun.
Coach
Can't wait to get on Thursday show.
All right, the NFL owners sitting down in South Florida. They sat down earlier in the week talking about many things, but the tush push is back on the agenda.
What kind of meeting? You can't, Rick, let it go. You
and
cannot. They're mad because one team in the league can do it better than anybody. That's all. And they think it's an advantage. Let it go.
I'm going to tell you the first round pick in the ninth hole that the Saints should take and why.
I'm waiting for this.
I'm
waiting for this. I'm waiting.
Kellen Moore, Mickey Loomis, listen and just do it.
I'm waiting, Rick.
All right, we got that coming up.
I want to hear it.
Let's begin with Mulkey's LSU Tigers.
Yeah.
Did they underachieve this year with three All-American caliber players? You know who they are.
I guess you could
Morrow,
make that.
Williams, and Jose Johnson.
I guess you could make that case. I mean, they were one game away from the Final Four.
Pretty good.
Mulkey has the skin on the wall from LSU. You know, what was it, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
LSU went to, was it 5 straight Final Fours, but
never got past,
never got past the semifinal game, whereas
she did.
She won the big one.
She did. And
so I'll give her that.
That was that's 2 years ago. And that's okay.
This was news. Give credit to the Baton Rouge Advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This assistant doesn't go on every road trip, but she has a fashion, makeup, and hair designer
that's old.
that travels with them.
Rick, tell him this is old.
No, this Scooter Hobbs.
This is old, Scooter. Scooter, this happened 2 years ago.
I don't care if it's old or new.
This happened 2 years ago.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know what
it takes this assistant.
Okay.
Who doesn't? I mean, she does not a basketball assistant. That's what her job. To get Mulkey's hair and makeup done
just right
before the game.
Yeah.
2 hours.
You have become so enthralled with fashion and attire, either coaches or the unis on the floor. I don't get it with you. What is with you lately?
What would you rather talk about?
I got a lot I want to talk about.
I want to talk about why they didn't win.
Oh my God!
He's talking about Kim Mulkey's hair.
All right, I know, Kevin. Did they miss? Did they really miss Angel Reese? The size, the aggressiveness, the emotion. No, you want to talk about dresses and makeup. I'm asking this man.
There's no doubt.
She needed a little while to get made up.
God!
They didn't have that dog, and Kim will admit to it. They
6'7" center for UCLA. Lauren Betts ate him up.
Well, that's what killed it. I mean, UCLA was the #1 seed. There was no shame.
No, not at all.
You know where LSU lost that game? Second quarter, when the big girl was out,
got in foul trouble. She got in foul trouble.
And LSU didn't really make any hay.
You got to jump. You got to make hay.
You took her out.
You got to make. You got to make. You got to make.
I think second quarter was about even.
But here's LSU with they weren't really that. And we're talking about the Tigers of LSU. Kim Mulkey. They weren't super deep. They went 6.5, 7 deep.
They weren't.
But you clearly saw it against the top tier. They struggled and lost to South Carolina. They struggled and lost to Texas, and of course they struggled and lost to UCLA. The top tier, it revealed their deficiency.
It wasn't so much the top tier teams, Rick. It was matchups, Rick. teams that beat LSU in years past matched up with LSU size-wise. I don't know if Kim Mulkey will ever beat South Carolina because they don't match up with them.
Well, that's a good point.
They don't match up with them. And
That's
Kim
a
knows
good
that.
point.
Year she
And
won
Kim-
it all, she didn't beat South Carolina.
I know. But
They didn't
she's
play 'em.
smart. How many titles does she have? 5 now, Kim
Four.
Mulkey?
Four.
Four?
I think she's got 4.
Whatever it is, she's going to figure, she's going to crack
Yeah.
the code on the Gamecocks. She
But
will.
Kim said after the game, she said, I'm getting in the portal. Kim knows she needs another Angel Reese.
Yeah,
she knows that.
and she has the
She
money,
knows
and
that.
LSU has the NIL stash
And
to
they got to
get
get
her.
another Angel Reese.
She'll
That's what they
rebuild. I'm
missed.
not saying that it's derogatory that they stubbed their toe in the Final 8 again.
Rick, but
because they won it. They won it a couple of years ago. But
if Kim could have found that missing piece, she had everything else. Williams and Flaugier, they will kill you on a good night.
Yeah.
They just needed that big person in the middle.
Yeah.
Didn't have it.
And
didn't have
maybe
it.
a little extra at point guard. Look what Haley Van Lith is doing with TCU.
Yeah, but Rick,
Remember?
let me tell you about Haley Van Lith. She can't play in the SEC. It was too much pressure. And I don't care what nobody
I don't
say.
know about that,
I don't
Kevin.
care what nobody say.
I don't know
she
about that.
She came to the SEC
Don't
and she
diss
saw
the Big 12.
the pressure.
All right,
the
we'll
pressure
see.
of what she
All right,
had
let's get
play
to the
against.
men's Final Four. All top seeds, Houston, Duke,
Yes.
Auburn versus Florida. Great matchup. No Cinderellas, and I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with that
because
too.
this is going to be
the
an
best against
unbelievable
the best.
Final
Let it
Four.
ride. Let
I
it
mean,
ride.
the talent on the floor. Broom
best
for
against the
Auburn.
best.
Crawford, is it Clayton or Crawford? I can't remember
Yeah.
for Florida. I mean,
This
Flag
dude,
and all
he's good.
that talent at Houston.
good.
Well, it
man.
wouldn't be a surprise if any of the 4 won. And how often does that
No,
happen?
Everybody's
yeah,
picking
good point.
Duke to win it,
How
though.
often does that happen?
Everybody's picking Duke to
No,
win
not
it.
a surprise at all. None of them.
It'll be a surprise if Duke doesn't win it. Yes, it will be. Because
No, I don't
everybody's
think
picking
so.
Duke.
I don't
Everybody's
think
picking
so.
Duke
I'm
to
picking
win.
Houston.
I'm picking Florida. I'm staying
Wanna
SEC
go with
strong.
Auburn?
Well, I got
I'm
3 out of
saying
the
SEC
floor.
strong, baby. I'm saying SEC strong.
I'm leaning,
I'm
I'm
picking
leaning toward
Auburn to
Houston.
Florida's
Florida.
the best team. Florida's the best team.
I'm picking
I love-
Auburn to beat Florida.
I love the-
Houston to beat Auburn.
I love the TBS, TNT, CBS crew with Kenny the Jet,
Yeah.
Barkley, those guys.
Yeah.
Ernie Johnson's just unbelievable.
He is.
Kenny Jet probably put it best. I saw it over the weekend. Cooper Flag, he doesn't have to, he can just play well and Duke will win. If Cooper Flag plays great, they're unbeatable.
I don't know
Now,
about that, Rick.
He could be spot on.
What about the other team?
Well-
what if they play great?
Well, he thinks it doesn't
What-
matter. That's how
what if
good
they
Flag
play?
is.
I don't know about that.
He is an amazing player.
You have some athletes on those other 3 teams. I'm gonna tell you, you do. You do.
The committee
There's
got
no
it
doubt.
right. All top seeds.
No doubt.
There's
I don't
such
have any arguments
elite
about it.
skill on Duke. Good coaching all the way around. Guys, just something in my gut. I lean toward Houston to beat Duke and to win it all.
But have you seen
What
how,
I did-
defense.
You're just copying me.
you know what I look at?
Yeah.
I look at how teams run and how athletic they are. Tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't Florida the most athletic team on the floor? Rick,
It's a
look at
toss-up
Flo-
between the
man,
Gators and Auburn.
man.
I don't know, man.
Dude.
That's going to be a war.
Dude.
That is going to be a war.
Nobody
All right,
can keep up with
let's
it.
leave it
Nobody.
there. Let's kick into break. We're coming back in a short, right back to Caesars Sportsbook. Stay right there.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling, Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What's bugging you?
Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're back here at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles, destination for
It's
the
the place to be.
NCAA Final Four.
Place to be.
The giant screens, great food and drink from Brews Brothers. They got the man caves in Brews Brothers with the private screens, the coaches, the couches, I should say. You might run into a coach. Chairs, the whole bit. It's all right here for the end of March Madness. Caesars
gonna be
Sportsbook,
good.
Horseshoe Lake Charles.
gonna
You
be
can
good,
do it
Rick.
right here. All right. First it was Will. Now it's Bill. Will, then Bill, right? All right.
Will be. Okay.
Will Wade, he
Okay.
rebuilt the Cowboys. Bill Armstrong, the new head coach, says, I like the heat. I like the expectations. I'm going to take that ball. I'm going to inflate it some more. I'm going to run with it and get better. I kind of buy in. I kind of believe in.
But
different personality than Will Wade. Kind of serious, you know. Will Wade can kind of have a little jive
Joke a
and
little
fun,
bit, yeah.
but Armstrong is
But you know what, Rick?
different vibe.
Look at that coaching tree. He knows what it takes to win. He's been around it.
Yeah.
He's been around it.
Yeah.
He knows what
But
it
you
takes to win.
said
Yeah.
it though.
He knows.
And part of Will Wade's deal, if you looked at Will Wade and he looked at you, you always got the feeling he knows something I don't know.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. You're spot
One
on.
of those guys.
Spot
Yeah.
on.
You're
You're
like,
right, though. You're right when you say that.
what
He
are
must
you-
stay up to 3 a.m. every
no, you're
morning
right when
doing
you say that,
every night
Scooter.
doing research,
That's a good point,
analysis. He's probably
That's a good
Googled
point.
me, you, and you
Yeah.
to find out what
That's a
our
good point. That's a good point,
idiosyncrasies
though.
are.
That's a good
He's
point.
just
It is.
Armstrong has a different personality. I mean, the voice, the presence.
Yeah.
He does command. I've only been around him one time. I chatted
Yeah.
with him, asked him some questions in the presser. But he controls the room too. He's he's just been around it, guy, for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
He's been around the block. He's
He's
a
been
great
around it.
Gotta
hire.
make
He's
that-
a great
yeah.
hire.
I'm not. I guess I'm playing devil's advocate, but
Yeah.
he's got to take that next step.
Yeah, he does.
He's been very good as the right hand man.
right.
Now he's
Yeah.
got to
Good
be
point.
both hands.
Never been a coach on the college level, associate head coach under Wade at
yeah.
LSU for a couple
Yeah.
of years.
Yeah.
But you're right, there is a step. But he's 47. He's been through UAB, Ole Miss, high school,
Yeah.
Link Academy, Baylor. You know, he's been around the block. I think he's ready and prepped.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
Should be.
He should be. I don't
And,
think he's
No
going to
doubt.
have any problem.
And you know, when you look at it, guys, think about this. What other person, McNeese, Heath, could have interviewed and come up with to be in this position, knowing the person that he once coached with at LSU?
Yeah.
Rick, you can't lose. In my eyes, you can't lose with this guy. You can't. I
He-
could be dead wrong, but you can't lose with this guy.
He may
man.
not duplicate what Will Wade did that quickly,
Exactly.
but he's going to be on the track.
Exactly, Rick.
He sure said, and I believe him. I talked to 4 or 5
Yeah.
guys. Okay, you're going to kind of see what's out there, right?
Yeah.
Make sure nobody slipped in. But Bill Armstrong was the man all along.
Yeah,
Armstrong,
Rick-
2 years ago,
Rick, it
Will
was.
Wade said, he's my successor. You cannot convince me otherwise.
And people was kind of surprised. Oh, they hired him?
Yeah,
Come
no.
on, y'all. We couldn't tell y'all that.
No.
But come
No.
on, y'all.
All right, get ready. Get ready. Pretty soon, and I know I love the NFL draft. We have not talked any. We got about
We
three
have
and a half
not.
weeks.
Combine's over. We ain't talking
The
about
NFL, get ready,
none of
Bob.
it.
Do your research.
I hate combines,
Stop
but I
it,
love
Scooter.
the draft.
Stop
Good, because get ready.
Stop it, Scooter.
We got a lot of lines in the sand between
We
all
do.
those quarterbacks, all the running backs,
Wait,
the edge rushers.
wait.
All right, here
We
you go.
missed- Rick, you missed the biggest topic, and you're going to say, Kevin, why didn't you remind me? Dion ranks number 8 with the highest paid collegiate coach in the country.
Yeah, I know.
We forgot about
what
that
was it,
now.
5 years, $54 million extension.
Dude.
We'll get
Yeah,
on in
Dion was
subsequent
really
shows.
struggling
Let me tell you.
financially. That's good to hear.
I
They'll
know
be able
Scooter
to
was
eat
going to say
now.
that. I know
Let me
he was
straighten
gonna
it
say
out.
that. I know
This
he
team, the New Orleans
God,
Saints,
dog it.
you know they need
Scooter?
talent everywhere.
Rick,
Everywhere, minus
I
kicker
don't
and
know
punter,
what
maybe.
to
Everywhere.
say
We know
about
all
your
that.
Saints. I don't
I've
know.
been preaching for a month and a half or longer. It's time for this team to get young, start over, rebuild. How do you do that?
Management won't do it, Rick.
You get a rookie quarterback who you can play a rookie salary. You got a lot of money you can save, and you
You're
start
making sense,
spending
Rick.
money.
You're making
The man
sense.
the Saints should go for
I
in
know
the
where you're
first
going.
round, number 9, is Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart. I am convinced is he worth the number 9? Maybe not. But for the Saints, I think he is. It's time that the Saints finally pick
What's
a
the
quarterback in the
difference-
first round, and it's
What's
Jackson
the
Dart.
difference in Jackson Dart and Spencer Rattler?
Oh my God. He's 6'2", 220. He's thrown for over 10,000 yards collegiate. He's worked Lane Kiffin's
they
pro-style
both had
offense for
ups and
4
downs.
years.
But Spencer-
For 4 years, he's rushed 68 touchdowns, low interception ratio, and this is Ole Miss.
Rick,
Rattler did it,
Rick,
tried to do it at
Rick,
Oklahoma, and he is
Rick,
not 6'2", 220.
Rick,
and he doesn't have the arm
was- he
of
was-
Jackson
I
Dart.
like
He doesn't.
Dart a lot more than Rattler.
Oh,
I'll
you
say
better.
that.
You better.
The thing with
I'm
me,
not sure
the
he's
thing with
worth
me with
9,
Dart,
though.
I didn't say he's worth the 9, but for the
thing-
Saints he is.
But Rick, look at this. The thing with Dart, you got to realize you didn't even mention it. I mean,
He was elite in the SEC.
But Rick, he was a gunslinger, and it caught up with him in a lot of games. You keep forgetting that now. There were games that he lost at Ole Miss.
And he won a lot of games.
He gave them away by throwing interceptions. He gave them away.
He very much was a dual threat.
Yes.
At Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He wasn't enough of a dual threat to be a NFL dual threat.
No. But he can run.
I mean,
he can
he's
move.
got to be a
He can
straight
move. Look,
drop-by.
Kellen Moore. I watched the Ole Miss Pro Day. Kellen Moore and the scouts were there, and they were eyeballing up close to Jackson Dart. They're interested.
Rick?
I'm telling you, it's time to pull the trigger on a first-round quarterback. He may not be the guy, but it's time for the Saints to take that
You
jump
really feel that
and
strong
do it.
about that?
Yes, I do.
But what about your boy? What about your
Well,
boy? You praised him
I know.
so
I know.
much.
All
Now
right,
you want to get
Derek
rid
Carr,
of him.
one more year.
Now you want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look,
said it
it's time
all
for them to
along.
get young,
He
save
was
some
not
money,
a
and
top
move on.
5 quarterback
Move
in the
on.
league.
Do they need a quarterback? Yes. Do they need an edge rusher? Yes.
Yes,
Do
they need everybody, Rick.
Yes.
I will say
Linebacker.
this: if by chance Dart's still there in the second
Oh, he'll
round,
be there.
He'll be there. He
well,
will.
then take
He
him.
will.
But take him now at
Nobody's
number
gonna
9. Take him now at number 9.
Nobody's
I'm telling you,
gonna take
that's the move.
The first player taken is the guy from Miami. That's the first player
Well, of
taken.
course. Back with more of the show. Stay right there.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite.
It's less filling than Miller Lite.
Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
All right, welcome back to the show, boys and girls. We welcome back in Cowgirls' new head basketball coach, Ayla Guzzardo, coming in from southeastern Louisiana. You hadn't gotten on the floor yet, but when you get on the floor, Coach, by the way, welcome back.
Thank
back
you.
on the show.
Glad to have Coach.
All right, you struggled at Southeastern your first, 3 or 4 years, all losing seasons, right?
Yes.
Getting into the mix, and then you flipped it. What's the formula for flipping that switch? And because you said it earlier in the week, I want to turn it from 10 wins to 20 wins in 1 week. You want to hit that switch pretty quickly.
Yeah.
What's the formula? How do you do it?
So I need 2 things. 1, I need a great culture. And 2, end of the day, I need players. 2 things. I need a great culture to believe and buy into what we're saying, and I need great players. Well, I'm already told you I'm bringing some of my team with me, so there goes my culture.
Right.
And I already told you I'm bringing some of my players, so there goes my great players. I just need some portal players. You know, I need some JUCO kids, some in and out, some good freshmen. But I can do this early because we already have our culture developed. You know, it's easy for everybody to fall in line. When I have the mass bulk of my team coming, it's already set. The standards are already there. The expectations are already there. We just have to fall in line.
Yeah.
And if you don't fall in line, you're going to be exposed quickly, and you're not going to fit in.
Let me follow up with something real fast in regards to what you said in your introductory press conference. If I heard you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, please do
I
that.
will.
I know you will. I thought I heard you say, I don't necessarily, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, need private school players. I want those grinders. I want those kids with a chip. Well, your best player is a private school player. Your best player that wore the blue and gold, Paris Guillory,
Yep.
St. Louis High School.
Yep, and I'm about to turn her into a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. Aren't you a pride in St. Thomas
I am,
Aquinas, a
but
private school?
but I'm a dog. I don't have to
Did
have
y'all still
necessarily.
drink out of the water hose instead of Gatorade?
When I was a baby.
Did y'all even pay attention to what Coach just said? School
I
year?
did. Don't go there.
Did you
Don't
even
go
hear
there.
what
It's
she
a
just
certain
said?
type of player.
She said she gotta have them dogs. What have I been saying for years on
I
this
know.
show?
Okay.
They ain't clueless as to
yeah.
what it means when I say
yeah, you've
you
got
gotta
it
have
all
them dogs.
figured out.
You got
Back to my question. You
gotta
love
have
Paris
them.
Guillory.
I
She's
do.
a great
I
star, and you want to keep her.
I recruited her out of high school hard. Recruited her out of high school very hard. She chose Louisiana Tech, completely understand when she got the portal, she wanted to come back home. Well, guess what? Now I'm home.
Yeah. Now you got it.
so
Now you got
it
it.
all falls into place.
Okay, you mentioned, this mass influx from Southeastern headed this way, but you're also going to other ones in the portal. What is your the ones coming from Southeastern, they know you.
Yep.
It's probably an easy sell. The other ones, what is your message to them as to why they should come to McNeese?
I'm picky and choosy. I'm not going to go just out there and find a kid that I don't know. I've got to know them already. And these kids that are in the portal that I've already looked at or recruited, maybe they chose a bigger school over us. I keep great relationships. When I recruit a kid and they don't choose me, I say, I wish you the best of luck. If anything ever changes, please keep us in mind. That's how you stay with relationships.
You have to.
You have to.
You do, yeah.
I mean, I had a kid that I was recruiting in high school. She chose a school. The school's coach left. So now she's open. I'm like, hey, come on, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an opportunity, but you have to be a good person. You have to continue to maintain those good relationships.
Coach, when you look at it, coming in new and everything and trying to, like you say, fit the right players for the type of program that you want to have here at McNeese, is it a difference being here at McNeese versus Southeastern when resources, do you think your resources here are a little bit better to where maybe you can do a lot more than maybe what you had when you was at Southeastern?
Hands down. And it just goes from the weight room, the nutrition, the supplements, just the small little details. And we can talk about NIL. It's all those small little details. And you look at Lake Charles. Lake Charles is bigger than Hammond.
It is.
I've tapped into every single money source in Hammond I could hit. And I don't know, I might have dried it all out.
Come on.
But hey, Lake Charles ain't seen me yet.
No, you
So
got
I'm
a lot of
excited to
you got a lot
I'm
of folks
excited to look. I'm in a casino
got
right
a
now.
lot
They
of
just
folks
people
here.
just giving money away.
Oh yeah, they giving it
Oh,
away.
she's in a
believe me.
casino. Watch it.
They are giving it away.
Watch
I'm
it,
telling
Horseshoe. Look,
They give it away.
Southeastern is a bigger school. It probably doubles the size of McNeese.
Yeah.
But again, Lake Charles
Resources.
doubles and triples the
Resources.
size of Hammond.
Resources.
Good point. Ayla Guzzardo, the new Cowgirls head basketball coach, has joined us here on SoundOff. What's your passion on the floor? Is it on the defensive side or the offensive side? Every coach has a niche, if you will. What is your niche?
So as a player, I was all defensive. I love defense, steals. I was Jen Pierre, but not as fast. My old player, little bitty point guard, I was not as fast as Jen. She's unreal. But I love what she does. I love the disruption of the offense. I don't think, everybody's like, offense dictates. I'm going to dictate you. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do defensively. And that's how we play. We don't play to defend. We play to disrupt.
Okay.
So we disrupt the offense, but then I started coaching, I started getting little X's and O's, I started loving the offensive side. So, I think me and my assistants work very well together on picking and choosing kind of how we go about our scouts. But when I'm watching a game, I watch a lot of the offense.
Okay, let's get away from basketball.
All right.
You're an interesting character study here.
What's good?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what it is.
Dr. Hobbs
This
is
could
in the
be
house.
I don't know where this
Oh, my
going.
God,
I
here
don't
we
know.
go.
What is your passion away from basketball? What do you do to get away from basketball?
So I have 3 little ones I adopted from foster care. So I did
Good for
foster
you.
care. I did foster care for a few years. I
gets
got my little
better.
girl at 5. She is now 12. Adopted
Wow.
her. I got my little boy at 9 months. He just turned 5. And then I got his baby sister at 4 months, and she just turned 4 today.
Wow.
Congratulations.
What
Happy
do y'all
birthday.
do?
So yeah, 3 kids. So I am busy. When I'm not doing this and I'm
Yeah,
not out in the
I can see
community,
that.
and I'm busy.
I can see that.
But they make it great. They
Yeah.
make everything great. They make all the wins great. They make going on trips great. Seeing them makes a loss not feel as bad.
Sometimes that's the reason why you do
Aside
it.
Yeah.
from basketball road trips, what's your favorite place to travel?
Favorite place to travel? We went to Hawaii this past year, or 2 years ago. Beautiful.
It is.
Beautiful. We went to Hawaii, Miami. But I'm gonna be honest, I like going that drive to Texas. I just like going to see all the Texas stuff.
Yeah.
I like the open roads.
Barbecue?
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
But give me a beach and I'm happy.
I know that's right. When I go back and I think about it, I don't know when I've had this much energy from women's basketball since we've been doing the show. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rick.
Well, I'm going to throw in a question. I think
I haven't felt this much energy in quite a while.
Okay, speaking of
and
energy.
I'm not trying to
Speaking of
fluff
energy,
Coach up,
you
but
see the
can
hat in
fluff
front
me.
of you.
I haven't seen this much energy.
You see
man.
the hat in front of
Honestly.
you. You said you're
Really.
from Hammond.
Yep.
You've got the icon up the road
I
in
did.
Baton Rouge with Kim Mulkey. You're from Hammond. She's from Tickfaw. You mentioned Louisiana Tech. How do you not let a Mulkey style seep into some of you? Because you're a high energy. You're direct with us, the media, and the fans. Is that some of Mulkey effect, or is that just Guzzardo?
It is. I watched her growing up. She played softball, baseball
Yeah.
with my dad growing up. I mean,
Really?
Her boyfriend was working at my family's business. We've
Wow.
known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
I respect everything she's done, and yeah, I've kind of mimicked a little of what I do.
Except the wardrobe.
Definitely not the wardrobe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
off the court, you know, on the
She
court.
gets paid for that, by the way,
know.
okay?
Yeah. Does anybody here know the Queen of Sparkles? Let me know.
She gets paid for that,
But
by the way.
but I mimic it a little
Not
bit.
the only
You
one.
know, she's got her flair. I'm gonna try to have my
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to have my own. But I respect everything she's done as
He
a
knows
coach.
how to win. We appreciate
Exactly.
you coming
About
in.
that.
Ayla Guzzardo, new Cowgirls head basketball coach. She's going to flip it. She's going to turn that program
We're
around.
excited
We
about
appreciate
it, though,
you
that's
coming
for
in.
sure.
Final round of the show coming up next. Stay right there.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet. What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for Coach G. That would be Ayla Guzzardo for
she did a
being
great
on the
job.
show
Oh,
again.
is
We're
she
going to
a
have her
live
back.
wire?
A lot
That's
of
a
fun,
ball
a lot
of
of
fire
fun
with
for
her, man. I
Cowgirl
like having
basketball.
her on. She's
Let's stay
good.
on basketball. I asked Bill Armstrong this in his presser. Aren't you tired yet of answering the questions about the NCAA sanctions, about getting fired, and the Will Wade thing? Will Wade had to answer it in Raleigh. It's time to let it go, people.
I'm with you on that,
It's
Rick.
time.
Okay, nobody was more critical than I was. When
Exactly.
It happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, he
It's
served
time.
his penance.
You know.
If we can,
But I do get tired of hearing people. Well, everything he did at LSU is legal now. Well, okay, but it was not legal then.
And Wade
And I'm
has
with you on that,
admitted
Stu.
that.
I'm
And
with you
Wade
on
has
that, Stu.
admitted that.
I'm with you, and he did
But,
admit it.
but enough time.
But they try to act. Well, you know, the LSU fans didn't want him fired even
Of
back
course
then.
they didn't, and they're smart.
They did.
And they're smart.
They did.
Well,
Yeah, this is what put me
I
over
don't
the
think,
edge.
and you don't ever see me taking up for Joe Oliva as an AD. But I don't see where Oliva had much
He
choice.
didn't have a choice.
No, he didn't.
All right. But here's
The
what put me
optics of
over
it,
the edge,
Stu,
Kevin.
the
You're a guy, I
optics
know
of
you
it.
love Paul Feinbaum. But last week, Paul Feinbaum, I just happened to catch it, was saying
Yeah.
Will Wade never apologized. He never showed remorse, and that shows, this is Paul Feinbaum,
He did
that
say
shows
that.
Will
He did
Wade's
say that.
lack of character, and
did
he
say
has
that.
no class. Paul
don't think Paul
Feinbaum
should have
is
said
dead
that.
wrong, and he's an idiot.
I don't think Paul should.
He's an idiot.
Paul Feinbaum, he may be right or wrong, but he's not an idiot.
Well, he's not right in that sense.
I think
Just because
I think,
Wade
you know
hasn't
what?
come out and said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He has shown remorse.
Maybe
Not
in,
the way Feinbaum wants
yes,
it, though.
maybe in the
Bothers the
pressers
heck out of me.
or the interviews that Paul may have seen or whatever, he didn't come across as doing that. But Will Wade, to me, in a number of occasions we've had him on the show, he said, "Yeah, you know, it wasn't right."
You said it.
Right. He said it.
He served his time.
He did.
He's
He said
paid
it.
his penance. Leave it alone. Move on. Sean Miller now at Texas. He's going to get asked about it again, and it's time to let it go.
I agree with you, Rick.
We're out of time. We'll
I
see
have
you
to.
next time right here at SoundOff.
Always good.